Good day, ladies and gentlemen, your gun doctor here. Would you like to have a loadout for every relevant co-work gun in current Season 2 meta? No problem, I got your back covered. Assault rifle, SMG, shotgun, LMG, tactical rifle, marksman rifle, sniper, whatever you would like to have, short range, medium range, long range, all the builds coming to you right now. Let's start with the ARs first. This one would be for short, mid, and you can also play the FFAR long range, but you kind of play it then as a burst fire gun. For the short to mid range, I like to play the takedown currently. You can go for the reinforced heavy if you like, but the takedown is the strafe speed build. I tremendously prefer that. Obviously, we're going for the agency suppressor because that is the maximum bullet velocity and effective damage range now, just boosting it insanely forward. With the agency and the takedown, you have then a bullet velocity of 931 meters per second. That's more than enough for a gun that's being played short to mid range as sniper support on the ranges that you play the FAR at. Yes, you can get way more bullet velocity if you're actually using the takedown. And yes, if you're using the reinforced heavy, the bullet velocity is also slightly faster, but not worth it. I do still play the Asphalt Speed grip. I know other creators keep recommending the Field Agent grip, but for me, it has shown in spray tests that if I use the Asphalt Speed grip, it works better for the way I play and I shoot. The Field Agent has more vert recoil control, but in total for me, the Asphalt Speed grip, the vert isn't the problem. The horizontal is the problem. So if I pull it down, the asphalt helps me to keep it together, and therefore I have an absolute stable good spray and maximum sprint move speed, whereas the Field Agent firing move speed and ADS firing move speed minus, where then if you're playing it together with a radius stock to have maximum strafe speed, you would reduce that with the Field Agent. Last but not least, Fast Mag, that is the FFAR I'm currently gaming. If you would like to use this with a scope, the one thing you remove is the radar stock, and I do play the Silex Holo Scout for this as a sniper support gun, even in close quarter combat. If I do play the Silex Holo Scout though, even with the takedown barrel, I swap over to the Field Agent grip because you do have a higher magnification. Your mouse pull down coefficient gets higher to actually control the recoil, and then the Field Agent seems kind of needed. Next up, as another short to mid-range option, the AK-47 has an insane time to kill of 500 milliseconds. Yes, a lot of people don't actually have that in their eyes because the AK-47 has a Harry Potter scar recoil, which can throw you off. I am playing this together with the VDV reinforced barrel and the agency suppressor, which gives you an insane bullet velocity, still good control together with the Spasnos grip. In this case, the Spasnos grip is actually needed. You do not care that much about your movement speed being slowed down. You can play the 60 round mag, but here I usually go for the 45 round mag. The 60 rack is needed here as you have a slow firing gun that does insane damage per bullet. For the AK though, I do like to play with the Silex Holo Scout straight away or the Microflex LED because it just gives me more pinpoint precision. The most important part when you're shooting the AK is you're going up, you're going down, and you're going up. Harry Potter scar. But in the moment you're going up, when you're going down, you don't control the recoil. Because if you control the recoil here, it's going to end up doing this. And you will lose your firefight. This can be played as a sniper support gun, but I've been giving it an experimental try with the Liberator. Because the Liberator gives you a good chunk of bullet velocity now. And together with a screw suppressor, you could also play this with an SMG as a long range option. Long range still meaning here, very aggressive SMG pushing style. 50-meter beams like you do with the AMAX kinda works very well, and I was really surprised about the strength of this gun, but you will have problems challenging snipers, so you'll have to push up to them. Now, our all-time fan favorite, the MAC-10, has to be covered. I have been playing it with the Task Force, Asphalt Speed grip, and the Agency, plus the SAS Combat Stock, and here very important, the 53 round drum mag, because the fast mag doesn't give you faster reload that much to make worth the extreme minus aim down sight time you get. I've been playing this for quite a while now, and I have to say that the Task Force has kind of disappointed me. I'm thinking about going back to the reinforced heavy for the effective damage range and bullet velocity to then get more bullet velocity than the Task Force has to offer, good effective damage range. Yes, you lose some sprint move speed and aim walk movement speed, but in the Task Force, the bonus added recoil has been throwing me off and not making it as perfect as it is. I still do prefer the Asphalt Speed grip here for the sprint move speed. The Field Agent has a better recoil control. With the Field Agent, it kind of goes to the left. With the Asphalt Speed grip, it goes kind of to the right recoil-wise. That's a choose your poison thing. It's kind of, do you want to have the bonus sprint move speed or do you want to have the bonus control? As I do use this mostly very close up, it works very well. Also, there's a version where you actually do not take any B-roll because the agency suppressor gives you plus 30% bullet velocity, and you do play it then with a 5 milliwatt laser or even with an amber sight point if you feel like. I don't like the amber sight point in this regard because sprint to fire time minus, so I usually go for the 5 milliwatt, and you have like the combination of actually having a zoomer rifle with good range, good bullet velocity, still good control, and on top of that, hip fire potential. A lot of people lose LC10 off their radar. I don't know why. The gun is one of the best currently, simple due to having this recoil. The LC10 has no left and right variation, so to speak of. You can just spray it straight up away and clap jimmies left and right. I do use the task force here because the vertical and horizontal recoil control is not felt. There's no horizontal that the gun has. The vertical is not bad on this gun because the vertical is anyways minimal. And now with the agency suppressor, you have even more effective damage range, making this even better than before. I've played this with the Strafe Speed grip, but for some reason, the field agent just felt better because of the vertical recoil more that it gives to the gun. The gun does not have that much vertical recoil, but all in all, if you're trying to spray this on a longer range, because this gun has a very good effective damage range fall off, then you kind of want to have the field agent grip, and it just does a better job. Definitely drop in the comments below which one you're playing on the LC10 here. Which do you prefer and does better for you? You're putting on the 50 round fast mag, and last but not least, the SAS combat stock. Why SAS over Raider? That is always 3% more strafe speed, and you have one absolute agile, mobile, long-range beaming rifle that can be used for short to mid-range as a Kar 98 sniper support. Talking about sniper support, yes, wrapped suppressor on the Pellington, combat reckon, still going with a biped grip here. Also, 7-round mag. Yes, the grips actually add ADS time. They don't take ADS time away. Weird. Currently, the 3 times with the Hunter reticle to hit your shots follow up back to back to back. The wrapped suppressor still says minus bullet velocity, but I tested this. It is plus bullet velocity. You're back to your old bullet velocity. Then we follow up with one of the most underrated rifles in the Warzone, the M82. Going for the combat reckon over the Tiger team. The effective damage range does nothing for you here. What do you want to have effective damage range for? It is the combat reckon for the maximum bullet velocity. We're going for the wrapped suppressor here too. Biped foregrip to take care of the insane bounce that the gun has. Putting on the bonus mag, but not the bonus mag for the minus ADS time. And then also 3 times here for me with the Hunter. This sniper gun is so good because first and foremost, if you miss a shot, you can straight up follow up. It feels like a DMR that hits way harder because obviously one shot headshot. You can spam it away more or less with a biped foregrip as fast as it allows you to spam away. And the most important part is with this gun, you kind of have the ranges of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and so on meters covered. So any range you have covered, so you can play this with a shotgun, with a short range SMG, with an FFAR, with a Bullfrog, with all the guns that you kind of want to play. You can pair this because you have the ability to whoop this out on 20 meters and just boop, 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 spam it away at someone. With the newest updates, the XM4 is quite twisted. We've been playing it with a reinforced heavy, but the gun has a damage fall off after 20 meters already. So it felt kind of useless to actually boost that because you're not getting much more out of that. So what we did instead is we maximized this on insane bullet velocity now, and this is such a hard hitter in such a fast velocity. Especially, we tried it also out with a vision tag 2 times on range, which does work together with the field agent grip and the 60 round mag. But you can also play this with a Silex Holo Scout as a sniper support gun, and you do have a very mental bullet velocity. You can still find people close quarter combat. The AK, in my opinion, hits way harder and is way superior over this, but the XM4 with the latest updates definitely feels good to roll. Yes, the FARA is better now. With the agency suppressor, it does have quite some mental bullet velocity, and I would still maximize this on strafe speed because it just does feel the best for me. Agency suppressor task force. I will play the field agent here though to take care of this weird S-curve that the gun puts out, the 60 round mag, and then the KGB pad. You can play this with an optic if you really hate the Einsight, which is absolutely understandable. That would be for me Microflex or Silex Holo Scout again. You don't want to play this as a long range gun. This is a FFAR in weaker, but then again, every single gun is an FFAR in weaker. Now let's cover the fan favorites, the Aug and the M16. Both builds can actually play the titanium again. Most important though, the Aug has higher bullet velocity now, roughly by 200 meters per second, than the M16, and with a faster fire rate, a faster time to kill. That being said, the M16 seems to be still superior on distance despite less bullet velocity due to the little bit tighter bullet spread. You play this with a Field Agent foregrip titanium agency silencer. I do play the 45 round drum mag because I don't see the need for bonus ammunition on a gun that kills with 3, 4, 5 bursts. And then right now the actual 3 arms is the vibe. You can also play this easily with a Susan multi-zoom, but be aware that you do glint. If we're going over to the M16, same in blue, titanium agency, Field Agent, plus 45 round drum mag and the 3 times here, going away and clapping jimmies left and right. For the SMGs, I have to offer the Bullfrog. I tried it out now with all the barrels and the task force still is the best. You can optimize this gun very nicely on Strafe Speed. It works perfectly with that, and yes, also with the Spasna Speed Grip, plus the Crew Suppressor. And the good thing about this one is, again, you do not need any bonus ammunition as much as you would like to. You can play this with an Ember Sight Point, the 5mm laser, or the KGB Target Designator. If you use the Ember Sight Point, just know your freaking flashlight as you hip fire is visible through stairs, around corners, and everything. It's quite a giving away push opportunity, whereas the 5mm laser definitely helps here, but you also gain a bit of effective damage range, which is 10%, which is actually good on the Bullfrog because the Bullfrog has a nice effective damage range with a good fall off. So the Ember Sight Point is decent on it, but just be aware you have this shining big light that gives your position away. The DMR and the Type 63 I won't cover here because their bullet velocity is absolutely atrocious right now, and that was the kind of awesome thing, fire rate plus bullet velocity. If you play this for more bullet velocity, you really feel lacking the fire rate. If you play this for fire rate, you really feel lacking the bullet velocity right now. So everything that made the gun good is kind of gone now, and I don't feel like you should play them. When it comes down to the LMGs, we can still go for the Stoner 63, and it's even better than before now with the Agency Suppressor. Also, I did do another bullet velocity test because people were being absolutely weird about the right barrel being not the right barrel. Yes, the Lancer gives you 1,100 bullet velocity together with the Agency, and for example, with the Task Force, you only have around 780 bullet velocity, which is absolutely atrocious. We play this with the Field Agent grip here on top, then the, for me, Silix Holo Scout to get rid of the visual recoil. Now with the Agency Suppressor, the recoil is even smoother because of the plus of aiming stability. It says minus, but it's plus. We made the video about that. And with this Silix Holo Scout, you don't have any visual recoil, so to talk of, and we feel absolutely able to clap jimmies left and right. If you want to try out a more zoom scope, I recommend the Vision Tech 2 times or the Susan multi-zoom, but with the multi-zoom, you do glint, and your ADS time is atrocious. Then we play the Ember Sight Point for the bonus effective damage range, which does really good with the Agency and the Cavalry. Shotgun-wise, I wanted to give the Streetsweeper a try. The problem with shotguns is that you need to play in a certain way. You need to know how to traverse in buildings, that you don't push open grounds. If you want to push down a long corridor, rather push from room to room to room to room to room. Because if you're going to be pushing in a long corridor, plan this with a gun that you can also use on a 10 to 20 meter range. Like if you want to play this together with an AMAX, you want to play this together with an FFAR and a Vision Tech 2 times, for example. So, something like that that you can actually use also spontaneously on a certain range, because obviously a shotgun wants to be used 5 meter range. You could use this on a 10 meter range because it's the Streetsweeper and you're going to ADS down, which has a very good ADS spread with the Agency choke. Then we're going for the Hammer Forged. Yes, the Reinforced Heavy gives you a better effective damage range, but you lose sprint move speed and aim walk move speed, and you kind of really need the fire rate here that only gives you minus sprinting move speed, because then together with Marathon stock, you have an insane strafe speed plus sprint to fire time. We only play the 15 round mag because the 18 round mag has the ADS time minus, and we don't want any ADS time minus that we can avoid, considering that you always ADS more or less with a Streetsweeper. Then you have the 5mm lasers. 5mm laser is better here than the Ember Sight Point because the Ember Sight Point really gives you that minus on sprint to fire speed, and shotguns are only sprint to fire speed. No, I haven't forgotten about the Tundra. Absolutely great rifle still to play Combat Recon on it together with a Wrapped Suppressor bipod so it doesn't fly that much out of your hand after a shot. 7 round mag, and for me it's the 3 times together with the Hunter Reticle, going away to clap jimmies left and right. Ladies and gentlemen, did you miss any gun that you believe currently to be meta? Yes, I've been playing the Groza. No, the QBZ isn't worth it. The Crick is very good in my opinion on long range, but it's still more a lover gun than a meta gun. When it comes down to the SMGs, we don't talk about the KSP, even though there are videos about the KSP being a one-burst super beamer. I don't just like the MP5, and I don't see many players actually playing the MP5. Milano is worthless. AK-74 you haven't tested enough to give you a very good build. The Gallo actually does work fantastic. The Hua is more of a main weapon. When it comes down to the RPD, the time to kill is atrocious, and the M60 has absolutely uncontrollable recoil with it just being horizontal. Tactical rifles we covered. Marksman rifles, there was nothing from the Cold War. And then sniper rifles, we have you wrapped up safe and sound. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I could give you some builds that you're going to try out. Definitely drop in the comments below what is your favorite loadout right now and what other builds then I have given you, what other combinations of attachments do work fantastic for you, that we have even more stuff to test out. If you notice one of your builds working exceptionally great, don't be shy to share with the community. Others will thank you. I will thank you. I'm always looking for interesting new ideas to try out, different scopes, different builds, different item combinations. So drop that in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to find your way back to maybe see your build to come in the Warzone in one of these videos. Also the live stream from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Twitch TV P4wnyhof. And as always, have a great time in Verdansk.